Hi, Misha here, and I guess we'll do another Blackbox. Haven't recorded one since the week at the cabin, mostly because once I got back here, I've just been working and pretty much being very boring. Getting packages shipped out. The only one new figure that came in, I did a video on the NECA naked bare blood prey predator Papa John's. Well, that's really it. But I'm actually planning to go back out in a couple of days. And I don't know exactly how long I'm staying this time, but it won't be super short. Probably somewhere between 5 and 7 days. It's hard to say. Kind of just see how the weather goes. It's jumped to being unseasonably warm again, but then it's supposed to cool off after the weekend. So, yeah, we'll kind of just see where life and times takes us. But be nice to get back out there. The place is, of course, totally livable now. There's been some fine touch work done, like the porch rails and stuff up, things of that nature. But yeah, it's kind of to the point now where probably for the next half a year there's just going to be little tweaks, putting a shelf here, hanging something there. Finally got the furniture thing straightened out, and they're supposed to bring the remaining furniture on October 7. I guess they only come out on Mondays that far, so we will see. It still feels like summer, or at least, yeah, summer. I was going to say early fall, but nah, it still smells like summer. The nights are a little bit cooler, which is good, but hasn't got to that point. It just seems like when it comes to the seasons, there's that day when you wake up and it smells like fall. It just seems like it almost always comes on a Sunday or a Monday. Don't check me on that, but yeah, I don't know why, but it just strikes me as, and you know it's fall, and so I'm hoping that'll hit soon, and it'll be good. Kind of in an interesting situation where a lot of my stuff at the cabin is newer and more modern than some of the stuff at my house, just because buying the refrigerator, that kind of thing. And didn't realize it, but my computer, my desktop, is almost 2 years old now. Ordered it at the end of January 2023. For some reason I thought I had ordered it only just about a year ago, not nearly 2. Time goes by. I did a video when I did it back then. And one fun thing tonight, we went to print labels to get some packages out, and the printer broke. Well, it's not so much broke, but the printer I've been using for a while, it's a Samsung HP, and the imaging head burns out on them. I mean, it's meant to. It's just a wear part. And there and again, I'm like, well, we had that. I asked my wife, and she said you've had it 3 years. I went back and looked. We bought it at the end of May, beginning of June 2019. So I've had it 5+ years, and 2020, 2021, it printed a lot of labels. So yeah, of course, when I went to just buy the new printer, which is the same, they no longer make that model now, and ended up switching over to a Canon. And I was hoping they had same day delivery, but the best we could do was tomorrow. So I'm really hoping I'll be able to get my packages shipped out before I leave for the cabin, because that was the original plan, was to work today and tomorrow, get packages out to the post office, and then be reasonably caught up. But of course, of all times, that's when the printer's going to decide it's on its last leg. You can replace those imaging devices, but even when they were still making those printers, they were $70-$80. And I'm sure now that they don't make the printers anymore, it's over $100, and a replacement printer is like $150. since I just need black and white, laser black and white printer, nothing fancy. I hate making a bunch of e-waste that drives the shit out of me. If it were up to me, we'd use the same printer till it just fell apart, but eventually something like that happens and it just doesn't really become economical to keep using it, sadly. The Bose headphones are working well though. The little ones and the big ones. Again, aside from when I was at the cabin a couple of weeks back, I haven't really had a chance to use the speaker, but I'll use it more when I'm back out there, I am sure. I'm also thinking, planning, although it's not 100%, but if the cards fall right, I might bring my cat out for the first time. I thought this might be a good calm week. Construction is over, and the movers aren't coming this time. Won't have a lot of guests. She's pretty shy about strangers, but when I left for nigh on a week last time, it did not do her well. So my plan has always been to take her with me, but I'm just thinking if it's time. I'm a little nervous because it's one thing if I'm out there and something happens to me, but what if something happens to her? But on the other hand, if she's here without me, yeah, it's like for sure emotional distress versus I don't know what could happen to her out there, but she's an indoor cat. She has zero desire to go outdoors, so not really worried about that part. But yeah, we'll see if it is the right time. Other than that, I need to get some paperwork done. One thing I learned last time was my little travel keyboard I use with my laptop. It's fine for, just going places and doing emails and stuff, but it is not the most comfortable for actually typing auction descriptions and long emails. So I got another, just regular full-size Bluetooth keyboard to take out there. Sounds like there's a stray cat rustling, but yep. Meow. Cat or dog? Cat or dog? I do not know. Sounds kind of big to be a cat, so it might be a neighbor dog. But yeah, I wish I had more exciting things to talk about. But one thing I want to do out the cabin is just get some rest in. I need to just chill. It's been kind of hardcore last couple of weeks since I got back. Nothing in particular, just every time I turn around, just something's happened. I do have a couple of guns I do want to shoot. Again, nothing super exciting or thrilling, but yeah. I've had 2 different folks donate ammo, so much obliged there. Haven't even really had a chance to go through it yet, but that'll give me something to shoot through, try out with a few things. Like to do like a big FAL day, but probably not this go round. I don't feel like hauling a whole bunch of guns out this time, so I'll probably kind of stick to a couple of handguns. Excuse me, a couple of PCCs or whatever you want to call them, that kind of gun, and maybe one rifle and maybe one shotgun, just for variety, That sounds good. But it's not primarily a go out and shoot a whole bunch trip. I don't exactly know what the trip is, just mostly I just want to go. I got a few things I want to do though, like hang my curtains. I got those. And even though I don't have a bed frame, I do have mattresses and sheets, so I guess I'll just probably put my mattress on the floor and just do it that way. It's fine. I mean, I guess if I really wanted to, I could put it up on top of something like a table. But it'll be fine. Last time I was out there, they delivered the couch, and you got a couple of chairs, as you saw. So a lot more comfortable, because most of the time I was out before, it was using outdoor furniture indoor, which is still not bad, but It's a getting there. Every time I bring a few more supplies out. This time I realized I need to bring cleaning supplies. Scrubbing bubbles or SOS or whatever. And I think about what food to bring. We'll see. But yeah, I think a change of scenery for a few days would do me some good. Kind of perk me up a bit. Again, nothing bad's happened. Just kind of at that end of summer. Tired of the heat. Tired of being sweaty. Wearing shorts. Ready to throw on a jacket and feel nice and crispy cool. I like cool weather personally. Kind of get into the holiday season. But time will tell. Yeah, I don't really have any new models to talk about, sadly. Wish I did. But I guess my focus has been on other things, and there hasn't been just a whole lot new. Kind of the same goes for the gun world. Not just a heck of a lot new to talk about there, too. It's why I've been kind of reviewing the FALs on the main Mishaco channel. Why not? Going into depth. Once in a while something new does pop up and I'll squeeze it in, but seems like most of the videos that get a lot of views are AK videos, and AKs are great, but after a while I do kind of get tired of making AK videos. Hope that makes sense, you know. It's just, yeah, after a while you're just kind of like, what more do I have to say? And as I've said previous times, I don't really have much I need to add about Palmetto State or Riley Defense, good or bad. It's just not really my jam. And when it's not really something I'm into, I know I can't deliver a good video because I just don't have an angle. I'm not thrilled about it, so it just doesn't make sense. But I do have a few things kind of cooking in the future, you know, long-term planning. But nothing that's going to happen this month. I can't believe it's already almost the 20th. It's almost officially fall. We're getting into the last days of summer. We used to call it Indian summer. Indian summer and blackberry winter in the spring. But definitely looking forward to that. Like to get out there. Fall's really a nice time. I'll be honest though, just about any time's nice out at the cabin. Maybe not the hottest part of the summer and the super cold part of the winter, but other than, say, January, February, and second half of July, first part of August, it's fine. And even then, you can tolerate it. It's not horrible, but if there are a couple of months out of the year that you don't want to be out there, that's probably it. But I noticed last time having a shower just made all the difference in the world. And running water in general, just being able to go wash my hands, fill up a cup of water. I think water is what makes or breaks what feels like a home versus camping. Everything else can kind of be, I mean, if you gave me a choice between running water or air conditioner, I'd take the running water. Yeah. Especially again out there when at night it doesn't usually stay very hot. But yep, them's the plans. Peaceful out here tonight. How's everyone doing out there? I'll probably do like a super cut all the cabin project videos, and then I'm gonna have J-Ro cut them, you know, compact them down, because as they are right now it's gonna be, you know, 7 or 8 hours. But yeah, why not? See, I do wish I could bring some stuff out there when I'm just chilling, like, you know, my Star Trek ships from Eagle Moss, or, you know, just little things. I do I do kind of miss having my stuff out there, if that makes sense. It's harder to do like gun videos, not having my bayonets or my mags with me, unless I bring them with. And sometimes when I'm doing a video, I don't think about hey, that'd be neat to throw in the video until I'm doing it. And here I can just run in and grab them. But also here, trying to do videos, people knock on the door, you go outside, which is nice, but then I don't know why there's been a lot of air traffic here lately. Probably just the season. But of course, neighbors, you heard in some of the main Mishaco videos, when we try to do any videos between like 5 and 7, you hear neighbors doing neighbor things, playing music, getting home from work, driving their cars or motorcycles, and that's fine. That's the neighborhood, but yeah, it makes it hard to do. It really does. A lot of things on the old to-do list, but yeah. Yeah, no new restaurants. It's more fun for me when I do have something new to really talk with you about, but I realized I hadn't really done much on this channel. I've been putting out videos quite regularly on the Mishaco channel. A lot of the stuff we recorded out last time. Still got 3 or 4 more ready to go, so that's good for the next week or so. But over here, I'm sure I'll pick it up when time allows. But I don't like to force it, just, whatever feels good. Yep. Just a thinking. Maybe I should try reading a book. It's been a while since I've actually sat down and just read a book. Might be a good thing to do out there. Before we had internet everywhere, I read quite a few books. I'd be in a car, on a train, sometimes in a plane. Rarely in a boat, though. But I would always bring books with me when I traveled because, I remember when I got my first guide dog. It was up there in New York, and obviously a modern area. But even then, I didn't have a laptop computer at the time. And even if I did, it was kind of, pre-Bluetooth, pre-Wi-Fi. So you would have had to have, had a hardwired connection of some type. Anyway, so there was a computer lab with 1 or 2 computers in there you could use, but, that was just run in for 20 minutes every day and check your emails, email friends and family, say, hey, I'm fine, this is a funny story that happened today, and that was it. That was very, very limited, but that was fine, frankly, for 6 weeks at any rate. But it's amazing how internet has percolated through everything. I mean, there's no places anymore where you don't have internet, and you kind of have to. Not having any internet access, you can't do anything. Most of your games are online based, and entertainment is online based. I mean, most laptops don't even have a DVD player or CD player for that matter anymore. So if you want your stuff, you gotta do it that way. That's fine. But there's the crazy rooster. You'd think being out at the cabin where I'd have the rooster, but nope, it's here in town. Still Arkansas, regardless. But no, hoping for good things. I want to bring my cat with me, but I hope she's safe. I just need to think about it, make sure. I mean, theoretically, there's nothing that can hurt her in there, but sometimes I'm a bit of a worrier, especially with the first time. And I know, being a cat, they're not real keen on traveling. She's fine in a car. She doesn't matter. But, once we get there, she's gonna really not know what the fuck to think about it. A new place, Dogs are a lot better at that. But I'm hoping once she gets used to it, and that's like her other place, like she'll get used to there and in here, the two. Again, my other option is just to leave her for 1, maybe even 2 weeks at a time on occasion. And I know it sounds crazy talking about a cat like that, but hey, you know how I am around here. But she's the only one that really travels. Hobo is too old and is not a happy traveler. Plus, Hobo has the propensity sometimes to try to go out open doors. Not really bad, like she's trying to run away. I think she gets a little confused in her age. Thinks that that's another room of the house. But then when she's out, it's hard for me to catch her and her to catch me. And yeah. And I don't want to mess with that. We'll see. So them's the plans. I was going to say I was going to work hard the next 2 days, but without a printer, I've got all the packages boxed. But yeah, no way to really do them. It really sucks. So hopefully it gets here on Friday, and I'll have to scramble to print out a couple of dozen labels and get them over to the post office Saturday morning. That's the plan at any rate. We'll see how it goes. I should check in and see if there's any new Corgi or Hobby Master models. Just really haven't. That stuff kind of comes in phases. I'd like to get back. I did a video on a few of the aircraft. I'd like to get back and kind of pick back up with the F-104, F-105, kind of finish out re-looking at the Century series. I've got a couple more French aircraft. Those Mirage 3s from Hobby Master should be in any time, but I'm not much in a hurry. Again, right this minute, I really just don't have the free capital. When I do, it was going to the cabin. Right now, it's went into a new printer and a new keyboard. But I mean, what am I going to do? I absolutely have to have the printer, and the keyboard will definitely make life easier than the little travel keyboard I was using. So, oh well. What I really like to do is my desktop ages. I'd like to get a new one for here and take the old one out to the cabin and just leave it out there, so I've got a, still reasonably good and modern desktop to futz around with. Because laptops really are good, but they're always going to be slower. And they're never going to have the storage, especially the hard drive space of a desktop. It's just a fact of life. They have other things going for them, but yeah, a desktop, even an older one, I can definitely always tell when it's kind of, it just does, like video editing especially. Like it can just pop out a video, lickety split. So, might need to do that. Really, for both of the computers I got right now, I should do a fresh install of Windows. I don't know if I've ever done it on the laptop, and I've did it about 6 months ago, maybe a year ago on the desktop. With the modern Windows, it's so easy to do a reinstall. Not like the old days of, well, let's block off an afternoon or an evening. It's more like click a few buttons and let it do its thing. It's pretty much all automated now, and it does the registry and checks to make sure your version of Windows is correct with the chip on your motherboard, and bada boom, bada bang, downloads a new version from the cloud if it needs to, which I usually like to do because trying to install local, I don't know, I seem to have better luck downloading a fresh copy. I think sometimes with these computers you can do all the Windows updates, the cumulative updates, the Microsoft Defender, the security updates, but you're patching code. Sometimes it just feels like it's a better thing to have just a fresh, unpatched but up-to-date copy. Could just be perception, though. Could just be perception. Of course, with everything else going on, I could talk about politics. I mean, I could. Or I could just say that's enough for this Blackbox and wish everyone a good weekend. Hope everyone is hanging in there. Kids going back to school, or college students getting back to work at classes, or just folks in the grind at work, because we're getting into the last quarter soon, and the Christmas stuff is at full swing up here at like Walmart and everything. a lot of that going on. But, so far so good. All's well, just kind of quiet. Busy, but quiet. And funny to say that, I guess. But, yeah. I'm sure I'll do some more stuff from the cabin. Another Blackbox pretty soon. Hell, maybe I'll even throw a figure or two in the bag and do a figure review while I'm out there. You never know about me. Anywho, this is Misha. Catch you very soon next time.